to Ṛśyaśṛṅga. He was raised in isolation by his father, Vibhandaka Maharishi, with no exposure to the outside world. Because of this, he grew up with complete discipline. And when he entered the kingdom of Romapāda, which was suffering from a drought, the rains returned. Shanta, the daughter of Daśaratha and Kaushalya, was given in adoption to Romapāda and was raised in Aṅga Desha. She later marries Ṛśyaśṛṅga, which makes Ṛśyaśṛṅga Daśaratha's son-in-law. In this Sarga, you will see what Daśaratha does next. He brings Ṛśyaśṛṅga to Ayodhyā and prepares for the Aśvamedha Yajña. Bhuya eva hi Rajendra shruṇu me vachanam hitam yathasa deva pravaraha kathayamasa buddhiman. Ikshvakunam kule jato bhavishyati sudharmikaha namna Daśaratho raja shriman satyapratishravaha. Angarajena sakhyam cha tasya ragyo bhavishyati kanya chasya mahabhaga shanta nama bhavishyati. Putrastvam gasya ragyastu Romapāda iti shrutaha tamsa raja Daśaratho gamishyati mahayashaha. Anapatyosmi dharmatman shanta bharta mamakrutam ahare tvaya agyaptaha santanartham kulasya cha. Shrutva ragyota tadvakyam manasasa vichintya cha pradasyate putravantam shanta bhartaram atmavan. Pratigrihya cha tam vipram sa raja vigata jvaraha aharishyati tam yagyam prahrishte nantaratmana. Tam cha raja Daśaratho yashaskamaha krutanjalihi Ṛśyaśṛṅgam dvijasreshtam varayishyati dharmavit. Yagyartham prasavartham cha svargartham cha nareshvaraha labate cha satam kamam dvijamukhyada vishampatihi. Putraschasya bhavishyanti chatvaro amita vikramaha vamsha pratisthana karaha sarvabhuteshu vishrutaha. Evam sa deva pravaraha purvam katitavan katham sanatkumaro bhagavan pura deva yuge prabhu. Sattvam purushardula samanaya susatkrutam swayameva maharaja gatvasa balavahanaha. Sumantrasya vachaha shrutva hrushto Daśaratho bhavat anumanya vasishtham cha sutavakyam nishamya cha. Santaha puraha sahamatyaha prayayo yatra sadvijaha vanani saritaschaiva vyatikramya shanaihi shanaihi. Abhichakramatam desham yatra vai munipungavaha asadhyatam dvijasreshtam Romapāda samīpagam. Rishiputram dadarshartho deepyamanam ivanalam tato raja yatha yogyam pujam chakre visheshataha. Sakhitva tasya vai ragyaha prahrishtenantaratmana Romapādena chakhyatam Rishiputraya dhīmate. Sakhyam sambandhakam chaiva tadatam pratyapujayat evam su satkrutastena sahoshitva nararshabha. Saptashta divasan raja rajanamidam abravit shanta tavasuta rajan saha bhartra vishampate. Madiyam nagaram yatu karyam hi mahadudyatam tatheti raja samshrutya gamanam tasya dhīmataha. Uvacha vachanam vipram gachatvam sahabharyaya Ṛṣiputraha pratishrutya tathetyaha nrupam tada. Sa nrupena bhyanugyataha prayayau sahabharyaya tavanyoanjalim krutva snehat samshlishya chorasa. Nanandatur Daśaratho Romapādascha viryavan tataha suhridam apruchaya prasthito raghunandanaha. Paureshu preshayamasa दूतान् वै शीघ्रगामिनः क्रियतां नगरं सर्वं kshipramev svalankrutam. Dhupitam sikta samrushtam patakabhir alankrutam tatah prahrushtaha pauraste shrutva rajanam agatam. Tatha chakruscha tat sarvam ragya yat preshitam tada tatah svalankrutam raja nagaram praviveshaha. Shankadundubi nirhladaihi puraskrutva dvijarshabham tatah pramudita sarve društva vai nagara dvijam. Praveshyamanam satkrutya narendrenendra karmana yatha divi surendrena sahastrakshena kashyapam. Antahpuram praveshyainam pujam krutva cha shastratah कृतकृत्यम तदात्मानं मेने तस्योपवाहनात्. अंतःपुराणि सर्वाणि शान्तां दृष्ट्वा तथागतां सह भर्त्रा विशालाक्षीं प्रीत्यानन्दम् उपागमन्. पूज्यमाना तु ताभिः सा राज्ञा चैव विशेषतः उवास तत्र सुखिता कञ्चित्कालं सह द्विजा. Sumantra begins again. And he says, O Rajan, listen once again to that ancient account, narrated long time ago by Sanat Kumara himself among a gathering of Maharshis. That narration concerns you and what is beneficial for you. Sanat Kumara said, in the Ikshvaku dynasty, there will arise a king, Daśaratha, who is steadfast in Dharma and ever truthful. Daśaratha has a dear friend, Romapāda, the king of Aṅga. He gives his daughter Shanta in adoption to Romapāda, and Shanta is raised there as his own in Aṅga. In due course, Daśaratha will approach Romapāda and says, O Dharmatma, grant me your permission to invite Shanta's husband Ṛśyaśṛṅga to Ayodhyā. I have no sons and I desire to perform the Aśvamedha Yajña. For this, I seek the guidance of Ṛśyaśṛṅga. Romapāda listens, reflects and agrees. He requests Ṛśyaśṛṅga to accompany Daśaratha and assist him in the yajna. Under Ṛśyaśṛṅga's auspicious guidance, Daśaratha's worries subside, and he prepares for the Aśvamedha with resolve. Through this, Daśaratha shall accomplish the yajna, be blessed with sons, and in time attain the higher worlds. He will have 4 sons, mighty and renowned. They will greatly enhance the glory of the Ikshvaku lineage. Sumantra then continues and says, O Rajan, this was spoken in Satyugam by Sanat Kumara amongst the Maharshis. And therefore, you must yourself go to Aṅga with your retinue and invite Ṛśyaśṛṅga to return with you to Ayodhyā. Hearing this account, Daśaratha is filled with joy. Without delay, he departs for Aṅga, accompanied by his queens and his Purohita. He travels steadily across forests, over rivers, and through many regions. On arrival in Aṅga, he sees Ṛśyaśṛṅga seated beside Romapāda. The Maharshi shines like a blazing sacred fire. Romapāda, as a dear friend, receives Daśaratha with honor. In accordance with the Shastras, he then introduces him to Ṛśyaśṛṅga and speaks of their friendship. Having been duly received, Daśaratha resides there in Aṅga for several days. Then one day he says to Romapāda, "O Naresh, I request that Ṛśyaśṛṅga together with Shanta come to me to Ayodhyā to assist me in the Aśvamedha Yajña." Romapāda agrees at once. He turns to Ṛśyaśṛṅga and says, "O Vipravara, please accompany Daśaratha to Ayodhyā." Ṛśyaśṛṅga consents. Daśaratha and Romapāda embrace one another and part with affection. Daśaratha departs with Ṛśyaśṛṅga towards Ayodhyā. Before his arrival, Daśaratha sends messengers ahead to Ayodhyā with instructions. Let the city be prepared. The streets are cleansed, fragrant with incense, and gently sprinkled with water. Banners and flags are raised in every direction. The people of Ayodhyā, hearing of the king's return, rejoice and make ready. Daśaratha enters Ayodhyā with Ṛśyaśṛṅga before him to the sound of conches and music. The citizens of Ayodhyā behold their king, accompanied by Ṛśyaśṛṅga, and they all marvel at the sight. It appears to them like Vamana himself walking beside Indra in Amravati. Daśaratha then escorts Ṛśyaśṛṅga and Shanta into the inner chambers, the Antapura. He seats them and offers Aṅga and Padya in the proper Vedic manner. Daśaratha feels at ease. The queens of Daśaratha and the women of the palace look upon Shanta and Ṛśyaśṛṅga with affection on this joyous occasion. Shanta too is pleased, and she and Ṛśyaśṛṅga reside there in comfort for some time. Once, in a time long ago before this age, there lived a Maharshi, Vibhandaka. He was a man of great tapas, deeply withdrawn from the world and living in the stillness of the forest. One day, while bathing in a river, his eyes fell upon Urvashi, the Apsara, radiant, celestial, unlike anything of this world. For a brief moment, his mind wavered, and from that moment, his life force entered the waters of the river. Now, as destiny would have it, a deer came to that very river and drank from it. And from that deer, a child was born, a child unlike any other. He had upon his head a small horn, just like that of a deer. And so he came to be known as Ṛśyaśṛṅga. Vibhandaka Maharshi raised the boy himself, far away from the world, far away from people, far away from distraction. The child grew in complete innocence. He knew nothing of cities, nothing of kings, and nothing of desire. To him, the forest was the world. At that very time, in the land of Aṅga, there ruled a king called Romapāda. One day, a Brahmana came to him and asked for a cow. In those times, such a request was not to be refused. But Romapāda, in that moment, failed in his duty. The Brahmana left, angered, And with that, a curse fell upon the land. The rains stopped, the rivers shrank, the earth dried, and the people began to suffer. The king was troubled. What must be done? And it was then that he was told, "Bring Ṛśyaśṛṅga, the son of Vibhandaka, into your kingdom. Only then will the rains return." And so, through effort, through planning, Ṛśyaśṛṅga was brought into Aṅga, and as he entered, the rains came. The land breathed again, and life returned. And it is from there that the path leads forward. From Aṅga Desha to Ayodhyā, from drought to Yajña, from stillness to destiny. Sometimes what seems like separate events are already connected, quietly, patiently, waiting to unfold. There is a beautiful Sanskrit word to describe this called yadruchaya.